guess I said to my agents that I didn't have the energy to go do a movie in my short hiatus, which was like 6 or 7 weeks. But I did want to do Saturday Night Live, and I did want to do the Larry Sanders Show because I loved it. I would get the VCR tapes sent up to Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
When that music would come on, I'd just get excited. And they came back and said, "Oh yeah, Gary loves you. He wants you to do it." And so I was back in LA and drove down to Radford where they shot it. And I came in and I was watching Gary do a talk show segment. I was sitting really close, and he looked at me, walked by me. Clear to me, he had no fucking clue who I was.
Uh-huh.
Gary did not love me in any way.
Uh-huh.
And Gary did not know me. And then came time to shoot our first scene. And it's a scene in which I'm me, obviously, and I'm a guest on the show, but Bill Cosby has talked so much that my spot has been pushed, and I pull a fucking hissy fit.
Right.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It's showbiz story.
Right.
So we do one take in the hallway. Todd Holland, the director, good guy, good director, and they cut, and Gary looks at me and he goes, "How old are you?" And I said, 32. And he goes, "What took you so long?"
Yeah.
And I was like, to this day, it's like, it's one of those moments that I treasure in my entire life, not just in my friendship with Gary. Or it's just like, to me, that was such a validation of what I was trying to do, my comedy, whatever. It was just like, from him, that was worth everything.
And that's when you became friends on his show.
Yeah. And then he said, "You play basketball?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I have a game every Sunday at my house. Why don't you come by and play?" And came by and played a few times. And then that's when started talking about this coming back on and talking about like the man crush and all that stuff about where, I want to come back on and kind of have a crush on him, but it wasn't homosexual crush. It was this.
Yeah, those are funny episodes. That was a famous basketball game. You must have seen a lot of people over there.
Oh, yeah. It was a very funny basketball game.
Yeah, I
very
bet.
funny. Yeah, good people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard when people go,
It is. And like I said, but he's not, to me, he's not, it's weird because people do go. I was just thinking today, I rarely think about Ruth Bader Ginsburg anymore, and it's not been long that she's dead.
Right.
And she wasn't my friend, but she was something that I thought about, someone that I thought about.
Well, yeah. How much did you think about her when she was alive, honestly?
Well, a lot for somebody that I didn't know, know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like she's gone.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way about Gary, oddly.
It took me a long time to really, fully appreciate him, because I used to see him when I was a doorman at the Comedy Store in the 80s, and I'd see him a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, he didn't go there that often. But it took me a long time to really sort of appreciate the uniqueness of his voice, of how he did it. And his, and certainly talking to him was one way, and then, talking to Judd, and then, posthumously, and, really sort of, and I watched Larry Sanders and everything, but, after he passed away and to see people talking about him and Kevin Nealon and and then,
love Kevin.
Oh God, he was so fucking funny at that memorial service.
I know. I saw a recording of it.
Oh my God. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, just really appreciating the way he handled life and what his struggle was. And I think Judd definitely, did
a beautiful job with that documentary.
Oh, and the book, he really kind of locked in. He really loved Gary a lot. So where do you, in terms of, I know I listen to some music too. I mean, when do you, are you just like a workaholic? Or wait, before we get to that, let's talk about, I'm a recovery guy. And I know you had your issues. Now, did Californication, did you become that guy, or how did it happen?
No, not at all. That was something I don't really talk about it. I don't like to talk about it because I don't like to give it kind of currency.
Yeah. Sure.
But I was trying to save my marriage,
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
I was trying to do.
Yeah, and it almost happened, right? You almost saved it. You tried.
I almost did it. I almost saved it.
Are you guys?
I
Do
worked
you get together? Are okay with each other in terms of things with the kids and everything?
fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
We're fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Okay, well, then moving on from that, what's the music thing? Do you play an instrument, or you just write songs and you got a band
I
together?
play a little guitar. I play enough guitar to throw chords together.
Uh-huh.
I can hear melodies, which is weird because I never could sing. I never I don't have like what they call an instrument,
Yeah.
so, but I can hear melodies and I can, more and more approximate them with my voice, and I can certainly write lyrics. So I have a band, and, I'll like come up with little demos on my garage band and just play guitar under melodies and lyrics. And then we work on it.
And it's just a passion project. You don't have any expectations.
I never had any expectations for it. I mean, the fact that
you've done you got a new record coming out. You got a novel coming out, and you got this new record coming out.
Yeah. So that's all startling to me, especially because, like I mentioned, in terms of my voice, I was actually someone, they said, you just mouth the lyrics, you just, in church or whatever. But I did go out for the choir when I was probably 11 years old, because they got paid. I went to a school called Grace Church School in Manhattan.
Oh, that's a famous school.
Yeah. And my mom was a teacher there many, many years. And my friends, who could sing, they were in the choir and they got paid, like a few dollars
right.
A month. But not only a few dollars a month forget it for me. That was all I needed. I never could imagine, like, what would I do with $4?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I could get that album, or I could save up and get those Adidas.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to be in the choir. And not only that, but
for
when
the money, man.
Yeah, it's for the money. I don't know if you know this, but when the church pays you,
yeah,
you probably don't know that, being a Jew.
Yeah.
You don't know that when the church pays you, they cut you a big check, like a golf tournament check. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's only for $4,
but it's
the
huge.
actual check, it's the size of you.
Yeah.
When you're, but I was like, I want one of those big checks. So I auditioned for the choir, and you have to audition in front of the whole choir, all my buddies. And the choir master sat at the piano and he said, okay, I'm going to play a note and I want you to sing the note after it. And I heard literally, okay, I'm going to try to sing the note after the note he plays. Not sing that note, but the one that comes next.
That's how I heard it.
So he'd be like, bum, and I'd be like, bum. And he'd be like, bum, and I'd be like, bum. And I just remember looking around the room and people were like, oh my God. Like, not only tone deaf, but in a really weird way. So that was my relationship to my singing voice until I started writing songs.
You were misunderstood.
Exactly.
And what, do you have a record deal, or you just do it? You just self-produce it?
Yeah, self-produce. But we've had like 3 or 4 tours. I've played like 3,000 seat places. Pretty big, big, huge venues for me.
But are there a lot of people waiting for after the show so they can ask you X-File questions?
Well, yeah. I mean, part of the shame of music now is there's like the meet and greet beforehand.
Sure.
So there's a lot of that stuff. A lot of signing of arms and
a lot of excited nerds.
Well, you said it. I didn't say it.
But how come, let me ask you this. So when you first started doing X-Files, then the stigma of, wanting to be a movie actor and then taking the TV gig.
Double stigma, though, because also sci-fi couldn't be cheesier. So it's not just TV, sci-fi, triple stigma, it's Fox.
Right.
Not even a network at that point.
Wow.
So it's like,
you put a lot of thought into self-flagellation at that point.
Yeah, right.
So, but what about the stigma of the actor fucking playing rock music?
Yeah. Well, if I want to do it, that's not going to get in my way. I mean, if you're going to yell that at me all the time, it's going to hurt my feelings, but it's not going to stop me.
Because you like doing it.
and I think I'm good. I think I have something to say. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I had something to say.
Right. Yeah.
So, sure, I guess that's egotistical, but I think we all need that, or else we wouldn't be sitting here on microphones talking like we're going to entertain or edify people.
But I mean, I get that from you. I mean, like I just from knowing you from, what certain things you do or your presence in the culture, I always thought like, well, that guy seems like he's okay with himself.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's like, I guess I keep on trying to express something.
Right. And it's sort of it's a great thing to, I think, to realize, like, if you have talent and to move it around and to take all the risks you want to take with it. It's a rare thing. Not everybody has it. So why not see what you can do with it?
I guess. I mean, it's like, for me, it's just, I have ideas or I have notions or I have impulses, and they take different forms at this point in my life. And I feel very almost lucky to be able to pursue them in that way.
Right.
But also it's, it's not like I'm just sitting around like having this great time. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. That novel, you looked at it, you pick up the weight of it. I mean, it's
a big book.
I mean business.
Yeah,
I do. I mean business.
No, I can see.
I want to be taken seriously. I do. I mean, that would be my weakness, probably.
You want to be taken seriously.
I want that book to be taken seriously. Yeah.
You don't want people to go like, the guy from the X-Files wrote a book, I guess.
That's what they're going to say. But
the guy, guy from the X-Files made a record.
Exactly.
I'm sorry to get a laugh out of it, but yeah, I guess that is the deal that you made with the devil.
When I took that big check.
That's right. That is the magic. That is the Faustian contract.
Absolutely. That's the magic and technology right there. And I can't go back on that deal. Nor do I want to. That is the way it goes. And I just need to, in my mind, I keep on doing the work, and I hope and believe that eventually people will see that I mean business.
Well, I hope so too. And I didn't not read the book out of disrespect or no desire. I just didn't make the time, but I have it, and I will.
Thank you.
And it was great talking to you, man.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you too.
There you go, folks. Huh? What an enjoyable conversation. The new book, Truly Like Lightning, comes out tomorrow, and you can check out his music. He's got a new album coming out. There's a single called Laying on the Tracks you can check out on YouTube. You can watch all the X-Files. If you haven't seen the X-Files, spend the rest of your life watching them. There's enough of them. And don't forget, if you're struggling right now, check out BetterHelp. It's a secure online service providing professional counselors who can listen and help. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and BetterHelp will match you with their own licensed professional therapists. It's a more affordable option than traditional offline counseling. WTF with Marc Maron is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our listeners get 10% off their first month of online therapy when they visit BetterHelp.com/WTF. Visit BetterHelp.com/WTF and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the better help of an experienced BetterHelp professional. Dig it. All right, I'm putting my gum back in my mouth, and I'm going to play some guitar for you.